You ever had one of those moments where you realize, no, I mean really realize, someone's been running your life right under your nose? That's what snapped in me the night my wife Sarah, after 13 grueling hours in the ER, came home to find Patricia Simmons, president of our HOA, locked in our guest bathroom, barking orders about neighborhood compliance through the door like it was the Pentagon in there. And when Patricia told Sarah she'd just have to wait, my wife, who hadn't peed since 3 in the morning because nurses don't get breaks, something in me just switched. You know what I mean? That's when I decided, no more. This was it. Patricia's reign of terror in Maplewood Gardens was going to end, and I was the guy who'd end it. Let me back up a sec, because you gotta understand the build-up. I'm Daniel Foster, network security guy by trade. And Sarah, well, she keeps people alive. She's the best kind of person you could ever hope to marry. We moved here 3 years ago, seduced by all those perfect lawns and a community pool you see in the brochures. What we didn't know was that all of it was basically Patricia's personal fiefdom. She was 57, never seen her in anything but these pressed pantsuits, hair set like a helmet, and she carried a tape measure the way some people carry pepper spray. You'd catch her out there, dead of summer, crouched in someone's grass with that tape, eyes narrowed, muttering about 2.5 inches max, section 12.3. I swear she memorized every bylaw.at first. It was just little things, a warning about our doormat, a formal citation for our recycling bin being out 17 minutes past pickup, her using a laser level to check if our garden gnomes were too close together, or, my personal favorite, accusing us of creating an unauthorized water feature because the AC dripped on the rocks. But then she realized my internet was faster than hers. My job needs it, right? Next thing, she shows up waving a speed test result on HOA letterhead, announcing our house now had to double as the HOA Resource Center. Blyau 42.9, she said, like Moses with the tablets. I told her that bylaw didn't exist, and she just shrugged. Well, it will after next meeting, and winked that we try to play nice. Gave her our living room for meetings, handed over the guest Wi-Fi password, tried to keep things civil. But Patricia wasn't interested in civil. She started showing up unannounced, inspecting for compliance, using our printer for hundreds of violation letters, scoffing at our non-organic coffee. Always some new little humiliation. Then she timed her visits for when Sarah was sleeping after night shifts, ringing the bell over and over, shouting that HOA business takes priority over leisure sleeping. When I installed a video doorbell to keep her at bay, she threatened us with fines for unauthorized surveillance. She even dragged a ladder over to peer in our bedroom window, claiming to check if our curtains matched her latest, made-up textile policy. Yeah, that happened. Her need for control just kept escalating. She invented the HOA Rapid Response Team. Basically her and her cousin Beverly in a golf cart with a flashing light from Amazon, patrolling the neighborhood at all hours, snapping photos of people's tulips, measuring fence heights, threatening pre-violation warnings for patio chairs facing the wrong way or, I kid you not, having too many yellow flowers. Once, she actually tried to tow my car for being 18 degrees off parallel to the garage. 18 degrees. She had a protractor.so that night. The bathroom incident, Patricia shows up for what she calls an emergency telecommunications summit. Just an excuse for her and 2 bored cronies to gossip about internet providers. Sarah heads to work at 6. I figure they'll be out soon. But at 7:30, Patricia disappears into our guest bathroom and locks the door and stays. 20 minutes, then 30, then 40. 7 a.m. rolls around. Sarah staggers in after her shift, desperate for a bathroom. Hospital toilets being cleaned, she's been holding it for hours, and she finds Patricia still barricaded in there, talking loud about decorative mailbox regulations. My wife knocks, explains, politely, then desperately. Patricia drowns her out with the fan, slides a note under the door. Respect HOA business hours. No interruptions until 8 a.m. It's so petty you'd think I'm making it up. That's when Sarah lost it. She threatened to call the cops if Patricia didn't come out. Patricia just laughs and claims she's recording us for harassment, insisting our house is now an official meeting space, and she's got every right. That was the moment for me. I pulled out my phone and tapped into our smart home system. I cranked Baby Shark on a loop in the bathroom, followed by 3 minutes of fingernails on a chalkboard. Patricia lasted 3 minutes before bursting out, red as a beet, phone in hand, shrieking about interference with HOA business. I kept my cool, told her she was trespassing, that it was all on tape, including her denying a nurse bathroom access after a 13-hour shift that I wasn't done. I uploaded the whole thing to the Maplewood Gardens Facebook group. Our HOA president locks herself in my bathroom for 11 hours while my nurse wife begs to pee after a night shift. Timestamped. Audio of Patricia in there, not talking business, but chatting about her stock portfolio and shopping for cruise vacations. You can imagine the comment section, neighbors crawling out of the woodwork with their own Patricia horror stories. Like Jennifer, whose daughter's lemonade stand got shut down for being 4 inches into the easement. Or Robert, fined $800 for his golden retriever's bark during a thunderstorm. There was the guy with the too big American flag, the family forced to repaint their wheelchair ramp, and some poor mom whose kids got cited for sidewalk chalk at the wrong hour. Someone even posted a spreadsheet, 40 grand in fines over 2 years, most of it going to administrative costs that nobody could explain. Next HOA meeting, the place is packed. 50 people, standing room only, folks live streaming from the parking lot. Patricia tries to call order, but nobody's listening. Residents take turns, one after another, demanding her resignation. She refuses. That's when I stand up, play the security footage, months of her sneaking in, inspecting for fake violations, raiding our fridge for Sarah's prescription yogurt, making pyramid scheme calls from our bathroom, printing flyers for her son's failed taco truck on our printer. I put up the email where she'd listed our address as the HOA's official headquarters. But the clincher? Proof she'd been using our high-speed internet to run a streaming service, pirated movies, charging neighbors while threatening them with fines if they didn't pay up. The crowd's jaws drop. My neighbor Tom, an accountant, had gone through the HOA's books. Patricia was billing for every trip to our house as office mileage, charging for our toilet paper and water, 12 grand in all. Maria, cybersecurity pro, traced the missing HOA laptop to Patricia's son's dorm. It had everybody's personal info on it. At this point, people were furious. The vice president, old Judge Harold Morrison, calls an emergency vote of no confidence. Unanimous, except for Patricia. She's out, banned from ever holding office again. Still, it wasn't over. Sarah talked to a lawyer friend. Turns out, locking someone out of their own bathroom counts as false imprisonment. We filed a police report, and the next morning, Patricia got arrested at her home, still wearing her HOA blazer and gold name tag. The story made the local news. HOA president holds bathroom hostage. Social media went nuts. Patricia's real estate business tanked. Her partner dropped her, and when the DA saw the evidence, they added fraud, embezzlement, identity theft to the charges. At the trial, people lined up to testify, like the disabled vet Patricia fined for a noisy wheelchair ramp, and the single mom whose kids' bikes were the wrong shade of blue. In the end, Patricia took a plea, 30 days in jail, suspended, 3 years probation, 5 grand fine. The judge, you could tell, was personally offended. He read the sentence and Patricia went white as a sheet, clutching her lawyer like she might faint. So now, Maplewood Gardens is run by folks who remember, who pays the dues, and who gets to use the bathroom in their own damn house. But it's funny. I sometimes wonder if Patricia really believes she was the hero all along, just keeping the lawns trim and the world in order, while the rest of us are just a little too attached to freedom. What do you think? Where's the line between keeping a community nice and turning it into your personal kingdom? Let me know down below. Tell me your wildest HOA story or what you think justice really means in a place like this. And hey, if you made it this far, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next story.